Here is the rear brake. As you can see, there is a crack in the brake line and all the brake fluid seeped out. This happened because the bike was parked and somebody pressed the brake. So now we have to change the whole brake line. From here, we're gonna follow the line. Okay, so we're following the line, and right at the end we can see, okay, this is the rear brake and it's connected right here. So we're going to take that bolt off this one, and this is the second one. Okay, so in the rear it's a size 14. I'm going to put it on, make sure this is on off. Okay, so hand tight. Now these washers are important. So you need to see like how you're taking it off to put it back on in the same way. Okay, and there's another thing that I didn't know. There's a hole in the middle of the circle, like inside. That's how the brake fluid gets through. So I only found that out after like doing some research. So I'm gonna put this back here so I don't lose it, and I'm gonna open the other side now. The next bolt is inside. It's a little bit more difficult, so I'm going to use a wrench here. It's a little tight, I don't know if y'all can see. And here I'm using a 9/16. Also remove any clips, ties, could be even zip ties that you have on the bike, on the brake line. If you can take it out like something right here, I can take it out without opening it, so I'm not going to open that. So if there's anything that you can't open, you can't take it out of without opening it, then you can just leave that alone. Just have to open, and I'm going to open the zip tie right here as well. This is an old line. Now we're going to put the new line on. Right there you can see that's where the brake fluid comes through. Right here I'm guessing that there's a lot of pressure on this part, so that's why it opened. And these are the banjo nuts. Basically it has a hole, 2 holes on the sides. Right there, the second one. And that's where the brake fluid will go in or out from. So yeah, because there was a crack on this side, I want to open this and see if I can just change this one piece and if that would make it better. So I did crack it open, and this is what I found inside. Just twisting it counterclockwise, and it's almost off. So I had a few options here from what I could do. The first option, you can remove this, the one side, that metal portion. You can remove that, and then you'll have access to the pipe. And then there's a connection that you can get. If you get one connection, or if you have a connection at home, it has like an olive and everything, and it collapses inside, and it's a really solid solution. You can do that. I didn't have that piece, so I wasn't going to pay like $20 to go get like a kit. The second option you have is buying the OEM brake line. That costs like $200-300, so that too, why spend that much? And then I checked on Amazon, and I got this universal brake line that was like $10. You just measure and then get the measurement that you need. This was the best option because it was cheaper and it shipped out fast. Here is the line that I got off of Amazon. Very similar to what I had before. The measurements, they all look the same, very similar. So whatever side I'm going to use first, I'm going to leave one of the washers on, put it on, and then I put the second washer on this side. Yeah. So basically I'm having to get the washer in and position it, and because of this being like so firm, so I have to like almost wrestle with it and get this in here. I might flip it, and now all I have to do is have it at the right spot. Now I just have to tighten it, and then tighten the other side, and because it's all curvy, this is all like going at the bottom, but I'll straighten that out. That's not a problem. Okay. Like this. And a good tip is like just hold the line, because it does give something like tension. Now see, like I just hold it in place, and I don't want to strip this bolt, right? So I'm just trying to find the proper area to put it in from. See, it's giving some pressure that way, so I gotta just hold it down a bit. Getting this on without the brake line itself, like, you have to play around with it. So with the brake line, it's much more tough. I finally got it in. The problem with this is that because this is more of like a generic line, it's beveled a bit, and it's a little bit like tilted towards the side. So when I'm putting it down, there's this piece, a little metal piece in the way. It is in now, so I will tighten it, and yeah, it should work. And now I will tie it down, and then we'll refill the brake reservoir, and then we'll bleed the brakes.
Okay, I'm just going to tighten this.
So you don't want to over tighten this bolt, because over tightening it can mess up the washers or can cause some issues, and under tightening it can also cause some leaks. I just saw that it says that the washers should be replaced. Replace these washers. You should put the new washers on. The torque specifications is around 15 to 20 pounds on this, foot-pounds. So if you have one of the torque wrenches, great. If not, you want it to be like proper, tight, snug. So the main thing is, like, I don't want any heat. I don't want this part to burn, right? So I'm gonna keep it away from. Oh damn! I'm gonna keep it away from the muffler, the exhaust. Like this much away should be good. And either I can strap it here, or I'm gonna strap it on that side. And yeah, that should do the trick. I don't think that should be moving. Yeah, that one's nice and solid. Inside's moving. So now what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to pull it down, and then while it's down, I'll tighten it. Okay guys, I fixed the movement that was here, so it's not moving right now. It's not moving at all. All I did was I put the wrench in a different way, and I start tightening it. So it shouldn't give me any issues. Should be fine. This and the back one. So for each bike, you're gonna have different kind of settings or different placements of each part, but the basic concept is the same. How you're going to be installing these bolts and how you're going to put the wire is going to be very similar. Here you can see I'm tying the pipe a little bit on the side so it's away from the exhaust. Two, you're going to have a different bike. It could be a sports bike, it can be a cruiser, whatever you have. For that, like, just look around and see any hazards and try to keep the pipe away. You don't want anything to get caught on the pipe. Whatever hazards you see, you want it to be away from that. You want to mitigate hazards. So having it strapped down like this is an ideal way to keep it out of the way. The operation is fine as well. So yeah. Okay, so here's my line. I tied it up on the side over here, just so it's out of the way, not coming in the way of you getting on and off the bike. Yeah, there's that side. Okay, now let's go on to the next part. Now that we have the line in, I'm going to fill up this reservoir with the brake fluid that I need. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be pushing this, right? Pushing this a couple times. And then this is the bleeder bolt, right? So when I push it a couple times, then I'm going to be holding this down. And while I'm holding it down, after 3 times, then I open this, I let the air out, and then I close it back again. So I'm putting .4 Castrol brake fluid. Fill up this reservoir right here. Just for now, we're gonna put this cap on it because this fluid, it absorbs moisture and water gets in the line. Okay, so there's my setup. Now all I have to do is bleed some more. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and now we're gonna hold it on the 4th one. Damn. You can see the pressure build up. I'm sure the air got out. Okay. So now that it's tight, I can leave this side. So here's another view of what's going on. So right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm holding this down, opening this right here. Tighten this, and I'll let this go. So just keep doing that until you have no air in your lines, air in this whole system. I think mine's fine. Also, I put a piece of cloth. I don't know what this is, but anyways, I put it in between so I can tell the difference, and I want to like keep this whole area dry so I can tell if this is leaking or not. I already got it wet, so it's a little difficult, but so far, like looking around and everything, it looks fine. It looks good. If I see anything seeping through, then I know that there is an issue, maybe with the washers, but if you have new washers, then you know it's not the washer. There could be an issue with the washer. It can be an issue with maybe the new line you got. You can check those. Maybe it's something to do with the bolt. I don't know. If it's leaking, you know that, or maybe you don't even have it tight enough. So maybe you could tighten it a little bit more, and you can see if that fixes the issue. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it helps you guys. I really wanted to share my experience with this brake line. It was the first time of me doing it. So I asked around, I did my research. The difference is amazing. In the beginning, the brake was really loose and not working, and now it's firm, and I can feel that it's working. Okay, that's it for this video. Like, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.